So the big fella in the red hat's been and gone. Now we've got to think about what happens next. So this is the time where you get bombarded, bamboozled with that new year, new you. I'm not such a fan. Yeah, I know, shock horror, you'd think that as a fitness professional, so all we care about is the January surge. It's actually pile of poo. And I say that from... I say that from a really good place, honestly, because too many people set such unrealistic challenges for themselves for the year ahead that it becomes a bit of a nightmare. And so here we go. How do we set and accomplish great goals? So the first thing I want to say is that, I have to have kind of like an evaluation of your situation right now. Like, what are you good at? Assess the things that you've done previously and been really successful with, but equally, you need to find goals that will sit with you, like... Going on really vigorous low-calorie diets because you want to lose 7 stone in 3 months is a little bit unreasonable. And I might be a little bit sarcastic when I say that I'm not, but the point is you have to do things that become a lifestyle piece rather than punishing yourself for a period of time to get to your results. Okay, so figure out what you've done before, figure out how you can make it different this time, and do that by writing those SMART goals. So, and I don't know, you've probably done SMART goals before, but it's about being specific. So I want to have a thinner waist. Now I'm a straight column up and down girl. I don't tend to have a very curvy waist. I tend to be quite thick waist, but I give that as an example. Then it needs to be measurable. So I want to reduce the dress size in 2 months. That for me is a really reasonable thing to do and attainable. So I know I'll be able to do that if I do the things that I set out. So I'm really setting out my store with you. Is it relevant? Yeah, because I've got a load of clothes that I can't squeeze into, so I want to make them fit better. And giving myself 2 months is a reasonable time to do that. And then reflect. So if it's not working, stop beating yourself up. Just start to move forward and tinker with it. So that's the thing, running a marathon is one thing. It might be that you realise that you can't run it, but you could walk it. Maybe you could walk half a marathon. Let's adjust it, and it's okay to do that. I think we set ourselves out for failure very easily because we set goals that are too big, too impossible, like to never drink alcohol again if you like the odd tipple on a weekend, or never ever eat chocolate again. You have to do things that are reasonable to you, that you think you can do well. So, and the next thing is a thing that many of us have ignored is the journaling. Write it down. It makes such a difference when you start to write down what's in your head, because your brain needs more than one way to buy into what you're doing next. And when you write it down, your thoughts are coming out of your head. They're going down into paper and you can see it. It becomes a tangible thing. And then when that happens, it gives you clarification around your intentions, and it reinforces a really good message. So I want to be well, I want to be healthy, I want to be more active. I haven't been very specific about it yet, but I need to do that by making better choices around the food I eat, not hang out with some people that make me eat cake all the time. And then so it's really important to write it down and then break it down. So it's like, okay, I want to lose a dress size. For example, I'm doing the weight analogy because most of us really connect with that on one level or another, but make it a bit more manageable. So stop drinking coffee after 12 o'clock, or reduce drinking dairy, or reduce red meat. Choose one day to be plant-based, like just things that you can do. So one day of eating a plant-based diet out of 7, you could organise that. You can make it simple. You don't even have to make this difficult. Even if you go back to cereal for breakfast with like an oat milk, or even jagged potato and baked beans. It's keeping it simple and real, because we're not setting out our stall to be too elaborate, and we're breaking it down, and we don't want to become overwhelmed, because you throw in some menopause symptoms with the feelings of being overwhelmed, and what happens? We press the sod it button and go, right, that's it, I've had enough. And it happens all the time. Okay, so then hold yourself accountable. This bit's really important. So, it's hard to keep focus. And, when you have to have discipline, that's a challenge. So for me, this is what I love to encourage. This is when you go, mate, I'm really trying to be better at better choices of what I put in my mouth. So for that reason, I need you to honour me. And you should give me a filthy look. And you should go, a bit of sauce. But it's so important to hold yourself accountable. Share it with others. I am making a healthier change in my life. And as a result, I need you to support me better. So try not to force me to eat the cake. Or let's not booze in January. Let's just go for walks instead. Or join a gym, go to an exercise class, whatever it looks like. The next thing is reward yourself. But just to remind yourself, you're not a dog, so you don't have to feed it all the time, all right? So when you reward yourself, this is like reinforcing the positive actions that you've taken, so you can continue to do the good thing you're doing. So for me, when I'm working as a wellness practitioner and I've got somebody who wants to be a bit more active, I would say to them, right, if you've done well for the first month, go and get those trainers you fancy, or go and invest in a good bra, or buy a new pair of leggings that are on sale. Like whatever it is, but rewarding yourself, little wins, or go to the pictures and have a night off and eat popcorn. Just find things to like give yourself pleasure, so you're not suffering as part of your vision to change. And then my final guidance on this, because you can tell I've done this quite a few times over the years, it's to develop systems and habits. So effective systems and habits make this whole process so much easier. It makes it easier for you to accomplish and then move towards that lifestyle change that I suggested earlier on. So when we start to get into habits, Monday night fitness night, Wednesday night is walking with my mates, Saturday morning is another activity that you could do, or you've decided that you enjoy yoga on the beach or swimming or whatever it is, make it a habit. Now you have to get over falling off the wagon, because there's that punishment thing again. I've been a bad person, I'm going to punish myself, and then that's it, I've had it. We're trying to avoid that these days. We're saying to you, if you get past this first week, well done. 2 weeks, brilliant. 3 weeks, we're now starting to see the difference. You're feeling it, you're feeling less tired, you're really looking after your well-being, you're feeling healthier as a person. Why change that? Why go back to being the thing that you were? This is all about your evolution, to own your health, have better understanding of how you are as a person, and to grow and evolve. And what the bonus is, we can have a swishing night and swap dresses because sizes change, because that becomes a conundrum if it's the weight loss thing. If it's I want to be a better person, want to go through a meditation, so meditation becomes part of your life cycle. Brilliant. Whatever it is that you want to be more actionable, and setting out and accomplishing your goals, they're your tips. So just to refresh you, so evaluate where you are today. What is it you want? So this is not about setting out this time next year I would have. This is about your evaluation today. Well, what is it that will trigger you to be the best version of you? Then look at those SMART goals. Make it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. So, we don't want you to be an ice skating champion if you haven't got an ice rink. It has to be relevant to your needs. Make it time bound. So set those times, those milestones in place where you can go, I'm hitting it, or I'm not, or I need a revision. So that's the other part of it. So we're making it smarter. We're writing it down in journaling, keeping your journals, writing your thoughts down, really help you with that accountability bit. It strengthens your intentions every single time. When you've got that, we break it down. We break it down into small and manageable steps to overcome so we don't feel overwhelmed in life. Then we hold ourselves to accountability. Find buddies to be accountable with. So you've got a little network of supporters. We're always there. We love being your cheerleaders. Reward yourself. You're not a dog, so you don't have to feed yourself chocolate or wine. Not that dogs drink wine, but that's another story. So it's really important to reward yourself. And then finally, once you've done all of these great things, suddenly this is a system. This is how you operate and function for life. That's me. That's it. Happy New Year 2023 is going to bring some really interesting times for all of us. But it will be awesome, and we will make the best whatever it's going to look like. So shine, be fabulous, and stay in touch.